Hi, this is Your Sanity Library, the project intended for you to stand in your power, never forgetting your worth and strength, and nobody screwing with you. Today, we have letter I. Let's jump right in. I want to talk about intuition. So, of course, I have a magical potion here for intuition, how to enhance it. Let me see. The eye of the owl. Say goodbye to your eye, owl. Oh, wait. Okay. Snake tongue. Let me see. Yeah. And now the dragon wing. Well, they are not easy to get, these, because I unsubscribed from Prime recently, to punish Bezos, because he will now certainly starve without my contribution. So let's use this. Okay. That should do. And then, yeah. Of course, this is nonsense. There is a way to enhance your intuition, but first thing you need to know is that we all have it. This is no witchcraft. There are no people who are gifted with intuition, and you don't need to be sad that it's not you. Yes, it's you. Like any relationship, the relationship with your intuition grows and improves as you spend time with it. Connect and understand the way it communicates with you. Tune into your intuition. Sometimes it is intuition talking, sometimes it is fear or insecurity, and you just need to stay with them to learn to distinguish which is which. The more you trust your intuition, the more it works. I have now a beautiful example. If you haven't seen my video on bleach party, where I had a very good intuition to buy a new bleach spray just one day before I found out my children unplugged the freezer in the basement. You can see the whole fun here in this short. Enjoy my bleach party fun. With intuition, you start slow and with little things, and don't give up on it just in the first moment when it doesn't work, because training takes time. Intention. Let's start with speaking with intention. Have you heard already about nonviolent communication, or the I statement? That's a kind of system intended for you to communicate constructively without blaming the other person. The principle is that you start the sentence with I, and then you continue with what you personally feel, and you communicate it. For example, you never listen to me will make the other person on the defensive right off the bat, because this is sort of an attack straight away, and they will stop listening at that point. While if you say, when I have no response from you, I feel frustrated and unheard. So this is how I'm expressing how that makes me feel, and the other person is supposedly more open to hear. However, this is where the intention comes in. It's always good to check what your intention with the communication is. Is it really just purely to communicate your feelings and boundaries? Or is it a little bit to criticize the other person, or show that you're better, or to show how they hurt you? Because the intention with which you speak will leak out of the communication in one way or another. So before talking, I think it's best really to do an honest self-reflection and see what is the intention that you're speaking with, and what message are you trying to convey. Let's do a little test if you understood the I statements correctly. Can you say which one is the correct I statement in the framework of nonviolent communication? A, I feel lonely and a little scared when you work long hours. And then B, I think you're stupid. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you know which one is the correct non-violent communication statement, and give me some examples of yours and what works for you. I also have a little trick to keep the inner calm, even when your mind is spinning in circles, playing the worst case scenarios in your mind and repeating all the what ifs. I have a great example how I dealt with one of my big what ifs when I was younger, and I was worried that I will never find a partner and I will end up alone. Not that there is anything wrong with being alone, but for me at that time, this is not what I wanted. I wanted a partner, and my mind was spiraling with, oh, but what if I will be alone forever? And what worked for me, and what I want to share, was I thought of the worst case scenario, which was I'll end up alone, a spinster. And I made a plan for the worst case scenario, which was, if you're interested, I would join the SOS villages for children staff, which are people that have to be single and childless. So I had a plan. I had a thing to sort of look forward to in case my desire didn't work out, and it really calmed me down. So I think of the worst case scenario. It is a little bit counterintuitive, but it's spinning in your head anyway. So be with it. If this really happens, can I have a plan? Make the plan, and then you address the chaos in your head. One more topic for the letter I is inner peace. And that is the famous quote, hating somebody is like drinking poison and hoping for the other person to die. This resonated with me really a lot, because the person you hate is living their best life, probably not even knowing about your feelings or not caring at all. It doesn't touch them. It does touch you. You use all this energy on a person which is not worth your energy at all. And here is the topic of ignorance. When I was a couple of weeks pregnant with my first son, I caught myself thinking, I so look forward after this first 3 months of pregnancy so that I can stop worrying. You know, stop worrying. Do you understand? If you have kids, you understand. Once you have kids, you never stop worrying. And this is why I did all the inner work that I can now share with you. So that was my ignorance anecdote. I think it's very funny. And it's an example of how not to beat yourself up. Yeah, I was really stupid, but it's a way to learn, and it's a beautiful way to become wiser, to grow. So please let me know an example of your absolute ignorance that made you grow and realize things, so that I am not alone in this. And since I'm curious, you can find whole content on curiosity and how important it is on the top. I recently was investigating a little thing, and it bounds down to inheritance. So for me, it's kind of a recent discovery that all the humankind as it is today has the roots in Africa. Everybody. It's true. Google it if you also hear it for the first time. Then I was thinking, but does it mean that we were all originally with dark skin, or were we all originally white? What happened? So our inheritance, my dear friends, is we were all originally dark skin. I find it fascinating. And I mean, that's a lot to think about. I find it really great to know this, and why our very, very old ancestors were black, because in Africa, this was the best way to protect the skin and to adjust to the environment. While later on, and we are talking many, many, many years, okay, when we migrated to, for example, Europe, where the sun is not so strong and not so dangerous, we, on the other hand, needed to adjust to get more vitamin D from the sunshine. And that's why our skin became white. So I wanted you to know this. Did you know? Let me know in the comments if you knew all this. I think I will wrap this up for now, because you people have attention span of a fruit fly, and that's okay. It's fine. You are all right as you are. And that's also why I have the content in shorts. Like I feel frustrated when nobody likes my videos. See what I did there? Subscribe so the algorithm pushes the content to those who are like-minded, like you and me. Here you have the link to the whole playlist. Here is the curiosity video. And here you can see a video about death and how this can be helpful in your self-growth. May you never forget your worth and strength, and may no one ever screw with you.